card. Big J asked about AJ's injury during the Royal Rumble, which I have an update about. And it says that he suffered a shoulder separation after the first spear that Edge gave. And they don't know how bad it is. I haven't got anything else on it, but hopefully AJ is going to be okay. So I'll have to keep you guys informed. If I find anything else out about it, I'll let you know. But right now, it's just that. He suffered a shoulder separation.
Ooh, that's all bad. Yeah, I heard about that. The plan was originally, I guess, to have AJ and Edge in a feud following the Royal Rumble. But obviously it's not happened, hence why they're going the Edge versus Randy Orton route. Which is still,
I know people are talking shit about that, but it's still a good feud. I mean, these two know each other very well.
We've seen it before, but, what better way to... Randy Orton is a really safe wrestler. I've heard nothing but good about him, ring-wise. He's a really good person to work with in the ring. So what better way to bring Edge back in than have him working with someone super safe, someone he's familiar with, he's worked with before, to help shake off some of that. Like I said, it's been 9 years, so there's definitely some ring rust there. I think Randy Orton's a really good person, a veteran, to help that transition back into the wrestling ring.
Oh, did you hear that Drew McIntyre will not be challenging Brock Lesnar for the world title at WrestleMania?
Who said that?
I just seen it on PW Insider. He's going to be challenging Adam Cole for the NXT World Championship because that makes sense.
Oh my God! Shut up.
You want to hear my new song? I got a song. You want to hear it? Okay, hold on. I got it. Just give me a second.
You go all live.
I'm so sad. I don't know what to do. I got the shot of challenging somebody on the undercard for their world championship blues. I know that this hasn't happened, and it's just hearsay, but damn it, man, it's just the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard. You can continue, though.
You're horrible, bro. And I'm trying not to retort, and I'm just gonna move on. The next match was the SmackDown Women's Championship. Bayley would defeat Lacey Evans via pinfall to retain her title. In a very sloppy D+ rating of a match. It just wasn't good at all. Though after that match, everything following it was very solid. The Fiend, Bray Wyatt versus Daniel Bryan in a strap match. I don't even remember the last time I seen a strap match in WWE. They didn't have the silly red light during the match for the Fiend, which I really liked. And him and Daniel Bryan just fucking went to town on each other. They were beating the shit out of each other with the strap. We've seen multiple freaking running knee strikes from Daniel Bryan onto the Fiend. There was one point Daniel Bryan jumped off the top rope and Bray Wyatt just hit him with the Sister Abigail midair. And I thought the match was going to be over at that point, but Daniel was able to kick out. Eventually, the Fiend would lock onto that mandible claw and choke slammed Daniel Bryan while keeping the mandible claw intact. And that was just too much. Daniel Bryan would end up losing the match. I would give this match an A+ because it was just really freaking good. The next match was Becky Lynch versus Asuka, and this was the match that Becky needed to prove herself. She is yet to beat Asuka when it mattered. She had since she started her whole the man thing, she's been saying the man's coming around to collect the debts from people that had wronged her. She had one final debt to collect, and that was from Asuka, and she did it. She collected it and would beat her via submission to retain her title. Your old buddy, my buddy, Mr. Chad Mincher was actually talking to me about this last night, and he was telling
he
me
actually talks to people, because every time I've tried to fucking talk to him, he's decided to ignore my ass. So, Chad, if you're out there, go fuck yourself. Not really, Chad.
the rivalry renewed.
You fucking prick. Where's that car doors guy? Oh god, what was his name? Shane Cardoors, Shane Carjam. I don't know what his fucking name was. How's he doing?
Yeah, so, he's good, man. I was just talking to him last night, Jim.
And where's B-Swab?
I haven't seen B-Sav in forever, man. I miss him. I've been trying to message him to see if he wanted to do like a reunion type show.
Little fucking asshole. I tried him on PlayStation a couple times, but he just ignores me. It's because I'm not special. I'm not special.
I'm trying to find out what he did not like the freaking. He said something about the Becky Lynch match on Facebook, and he was shit talking Becky, saying that it was bad. He said, "Watch the Becky Lynch match. If you don't believe me, she cannot perform like the other wrestlers. Asuka carried that match." He said, "I'm gonna start calling her the Bex Express. That's how much I can't stand it."
Jesus Christ, that was harsh. The Bex Express? What the fuck? God damn, Chad. Take a fucking chill pill, alright? Jesus. Wow. So, and then after that was the men's Royal Rumble, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, and we talked about that. And I actually thought the Asuka and Becky match was really good. So he was saying like Becky was botching moves and it wasn't that great. But I don't know what he was watching. I thought it was a really good match. I'd actually go as far as to give it an A because I thought it was really good. Asuka tried to use that green mist, and Becky would roundhouse kick her in the stomach and made her spray the mist in her face pretty much, and then was able to lock in that disarmor and got the win.
So, before we close out, your final rating on the Royal Rumble 2020, what would you give it?
I'd give it an A, man. Not an A plus or an A minus, anything like that. Just a solid A.
I'm gonna need to watch this pay-per-view. I'll have to watch it this week and let you know.
Other than the
your A's are just, it was the way that you insulted the Chibata Okada match. It's hard to take anything you say seriously, so I'll have to see it.
And myself. I love how you call it. I love how you call him Chibata now.
Go fuck yourself, asshole. I didn't
mean to. No, I'm totally about to clip that too after the show's over. I hate
you so fucking much right now.
Because
Katsuyori Shibata, which actually, I'm wearing one of his shirts right now, but yes, Katsuyori Shibata.
I was actually about to bring that up too when you brought it up. Because I was like, coming from the man that fucking praised the Okada Chibata match.
That match was phenomenal. I don't care what the fuck you say. That match was great.
Yes, if you want to watch 10 minutes of side headlocks, fucking phenomenal.
Oh, God, sorry. They didn't give you a high spot every 5 seconds, you entitled fucking child. I apologize they weren't doing fucking super flip kicks off of the top rope. They were wrestling.
They demonstrated the proper use of a headlock. They demonstrated it phenomenally for 10 fucking minutes out of a 15-minute match.
God, American wrestling fans. Anyways, before we go down another rabbit hole where I completely destroy you like I did earlier, you give it an A. I'll have to check it out this week. It's been an interesting week. The last couple weeks for me in wrestling. I wanted to mention IWTV. Have you ever heard of IWTV?
Only from you.
Yeah, the Independent Wrestling Television is it's online. It's a streaming service. It's $10 a month. It's very much worth your time. I promise. It's worth the money. A lot of great wrestling on there. I've been checking that out a little bit this week. I've been watching some Orange Cassidy stuff, some Chris Statlander stuff from Beyond Pro Wrestling. That's one of the reasons I wanted to bring this up.
My Orange Cassidy shirt is on its way.
Is it?
Freshly squeezed.
I'll have to check that. You have to give me a picture of that. But no, it's really cool. So if you get a chance, check out IWTV. They got a lot of good stuff. I just watched a CZW deathmatch tournament, my very first deathmatch tournament, which was fucking. People are nuts. They are fucking insane. And so,
I fucking love CZW, bro.
Yeah,
my girlfriend's actually the one who got me into that.
Well, you need to get it for it. $10 a month is a fucking insane good price for this, and it's hours upon hours of content. I mean, they're all like pay-per-views. They don't really have like a weekly television show. Though Beyond Pro Wrestling, which is a big name in the independent wrestling scene, is filming their very first TV pilot in March. In Maine somewhere, or Maryland somewhere, which is a huge fucking deal. So congrats to them. We could see another player in this World Wrestling War that's going on Wednesday nights very soon. If Beyond can get some can get some grip, if they can get some grip in the wrestling world. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But no.
Oh, real quick, did you hear about Ring of Honor apparently asking their the females that were trying out for Women of Honor like inappropriate questions? Someone like blasted them on Twitter for it, and they actually for like 4 hours disabled that site or that part of their website for the Women of Honor tryout application. And then brought it back up and took those questions out. Apparently, they were asking if they were married or had any children and stuff like that. And apparently, a bunch of females got like super pissed off about it and like super inappropriate to be asking.
Wait, no, that's not inappropriate to ask. I was asked if I was married, if I had kids when I got my job. What's the difference?
Apparently, you're not supposed to ask that on an application.
Fucking bullshit. Oh, gee, I can't. Like, this is fucking ridiculous.
For me, I didn't see the big deal in it. A lot of people were like, I'm surprised you didn't hear about it. It was like all over Twitter the other day. And my opinion on it is if you're trying out to be a women's wrestler, I don't necessarily think of it as inappropriate. They need to know if you're married or have kids, because you're going to be on the road traveling and stuff. A lot of people, when they're married, they don't want to take that time away from their husband or their kids and stuff like that. So to me, that's a good question to know before you have someone try out for your company to know what their availability is going to be.
I did see the headline to this article, but I assumed that these questions were like, hey, show me your tits kind of questions, not...
See, that's what I thought too when I first saw the header for it. And those were the questions, was if they're married or have children, and it just like it was one of those things again that just got like super blew up.
Fucking stupidity! It's fucking stupidity. This is why ROH is having as many problems as they're having right now. It's because of stupidity like that. But
I agree, man.
I'm fixing to have to head out. You know what I'm saying? So we've reached the end of our show. Now it's time to so long. Did I sing just?
But we'll sing just one more song.
Do 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 do. Thanks for doing your part.
Doing your part. You
sure are smart. Me and you and my friend
And
Boo.
fuck Baron Corbin.
Fuck
too.
you. We can do anything that we wanna
That we
do.
wanna do.
Da, da, like challenge for an undercard championship. Da, do, do, do.